Hey guys, how's it going? This is Droso, and today I'm gonna start my blog. You know, a lot of people are, big fans of what I do, especially the body paint. You know, they just enjoy that. Don't blame them, I would too. But I figured I would take this time to produce some content and kind of get you more familiarized with myself. Hopefully you have become a fan of me and want to share a little bit about who I am, and we're going to call this vlog number 1. Who is Droso? Who is Droso? So Droso is a brand, but it's also derived from my name. That secret won't be told yet, maybe later down the road, somewhere in the future. I've been an artist since I was 15, so pushing 20, just about 20 years, if not like probably a little over. 20 years of art, centralizing in painting, mostly in painting. That's my base. So I went to art school. A lot of people are like, so how did you get started with body painting? Body painting was post art school. There's another fun fact. I went to art school, high school and college. As much credit I was like to take, I didn't just pick up a brush and decided like, you know what? I am going to be an artist. It kind of just happened with what I was doing to where I was going to be, where I was going at. Came from YouTube actually. I was looking up cars and I was looking at paint jobs. So I put body paint, and next thing you know, Sports Illustrated with Heidi Klum popped up, and I was like, hold up. This is after art school when I was a painting major. I was like, wait, you can paint beautiful women and get paid. I love women, I love money. And after that, I decided, you know what? I'm gonna do this. And I even told my parents, I was like, hey guys, and this was a little over 10 years ago, so it was still taboo. I was like, Dad, Mom, sister, I know I'm gonna start now. I'm gonna start being a body painter. And they're like, what do you mean, you're gonna paint cars? Like, no, I'm not gonna paint cars. And then once they asked and I filled them in what it was, my parents and my sister especially was like, you're dumb. Who's gonna pay you to paint them naked, essentially? And I was like, hey, don't worry about it. Somebody will. And from there, I started, and I'm the type of guy that once I put something in my mind that I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. I always believe that a man of his word should stick to his word, because without your word, you're nothing. Body paint has been probably one of the most fun experiences I've ever had. I wish I had more feelings like that growing up, the excitement that it is. And I think this is what I will say. There's 2 things that give me the same enjoyment: body painting and murals, and for different reasons. Body painting because essentially it's speed painting, and I always tell people like, I am speed painting. Like, I'm creating this piece in one day. It's not like I can tell the model, hey, can you spend the night? I'll finish you tomorrow. No, you have to be done that day. So you have an X amount of time, and so you have to get your concept and transfer that into the model, and next thing you know, it gets washed off. So that's the beauty about body paint. It's only there for one day. I'm Texas raised and born, or Texas born and raised. Like I said, I went to art school, so I didn't have a traditional school background. I went to private school prior to that, so I never had a pep rally, never did none of that. When I went to art school, I had to audition. I went to a really good one. I had to take a test. I had no real background in art. I just had natural talent, and luckily got in and started developing different mediums, from sculpture, metal and clay, ceramics, photography, printmaking, painting, drawing, fibers, jewelry. I've done it all, guys, and I was good at everything. The one thing I was always struggling with was painting. You know, like, you struggle with painting? Like, yeah, I struggle with painting. But that's kind of how it is. You know, you take on something that you're not good at, and that's my personality. If I'm not good at something, I want to get good at it, and then I'm gonna master it. And I told my sister, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this. And, you know, it started with an ego. I was like, well, I'm a painting major. I've been painting for a good chunk of my life. I got this. I don't even know what this is. And, you know, it was interesting. Turns out body painting is a whole different world. And that was a fun one, because I started basically taking gigs with zero experience just because of my ego. And yeah, I pulled it off a lot of times. And in the beginning, I messed up a lot. What people don't know about me is that I'm actually an all-around artist. This is my body art channel. I do have another channel. My original channel is Droso. Started that 3 years ago. Had it combined and then decided to separate them, have its own entities. And so yeah, guys, I'm a fine artist. That's my background. I'm a fine artist. And yeah, pretty as well. I'm also a body painter. From body painting, I got more into photography because I did have a little bit of photography background in art school, took some classes. And from there, got into YouTube because I started seeing videos of people doing their art, and I was like, you know what, that's pretty cool. I feel like I do better, and here I am now. You know, body painting is very interesting because I've done a lot of types of events. Done it for celebrities. One of my big ones was for Jersey Shore. That was good. That was cool, and I was like within my first year of body painting. I also did a body painting competition in which I made it to the finals, ranked 23 out of 10,000. And was the youngest at the time at 25. Apparently in body painting. The master body painters are like in their 60s. But, you know, I want to take this chance to let y'all know just who I am, what I'm about. I'm a very low-key individual in real life. It looks like I know a lot of people, and I do. I'm not going to lie, I know. But there are people I know through business, through gigs, and you know, to sum it up, I'm just really a mad scientist, always creating art, always trying to better myself. You know, I've learned that if you cap yourself off early, then that's a disservice to yourself. So I'm always trying to learn something, and it's always towards the same goals in art and within my realm. And you know, with my body art channel, I hope to teach y'all some stuff and get a lot of up and coming, inspiring people that are getting into body painting or body art to be excited about it. And you know, there's a lot of stigmatism to it. People think it's sexual. It's not, guys. If you're really into painting and art, then you know that body art and body paint, it's not. It's just creating peace on a different type of canvas, a three-dimensional canvas at that. Things y'all want to know about me. Okay, so generally these are the questions that people always ask me about body art and body paint. How do you handle yourself and control yourself with these beautiful models? It's a job, just like any job. Professionalism, guys. In order to be successful at body painting, you have to maintain professionalism. You know, as you know, I'm getting ready for a solo show. So people are like, what is this solo show you keep talking about? And I'm like, all right, well, it's called Vanity. And I am having a solo show in Dallas, and I'm gonna be taking, now it's about what, 5 months away. Be creating multiple types of art, from sculptures, photography, painting, video, digital art, installations, live body paint, photography. So it's gonna be basically me reintroducing myself to my city, kind of letting them know, like, hey, by the way, yes, I do this, but also do this, and etc. I've always been known for many things, but never for everything. People always know me either for body painting or for murals or for photography or for video, but no one really knows that I do all these other things because I just don't share these things. And as you know by now, yeah, body paint is one of them, but if you go to my Droso channel, links on the description down below, please check it out, like and subscribe. I'm an artist. You know, that's what I do. I like to create paintings. I like to do murals. You know, you're gonna see little snippets of me just doing my thing. Also, I'm thinking about later, as I'm getting more into these vlogs, probably do a day in the life of me. You know, I do a lot. Another thing that I do that a lot of people don't is I have a side gig. I make content for a plastic surgeon. I record his operations and I manage his YouTube channel. And it's kind of like basically what I'm already doing for myself, but for another person. And so it's interesting to go into that world of plastic surgery because it helps me not only with just being a better content creator, but just to be so outside my comfort zone, you know. And I have such a great boss that he loves that I'm an artist. He loves that I'm a YouTuber. And he, you know, when we joined forces, it was always understood that I will still be doing my thing. I'll just be doing something else extra. And that's cool. It's a nice balance, you know, like I can't just do one thing. That's one thing I've learned about myself. I get stagnant. If I just do one thing, I get stagnant, and that's not what I'm about. I like to do multiple things. I like to keep the creative juices flowing. If I just do one thing, I just get bored. Like when I got into body painting, I completely stopped painting for like a year. I didn't touch canvas, didn't touch any oil paints because I was so infatuated with this whole new medium. And another thing about me, Dro, if you're not painting or creating art, what are you doing? Probably editing. Not for me, it's probably for my boss. If not for him, vice versa. I'm always doing something. One thing about me that I realized, I can't stay still. I learned that a lot, especially when I had surgery. I'm sure some of y'all know by now, I had surgery a couple months ago. I had my stomach wrapped, and day one of being home from surgery, I started to make some resin pieces because I could not just stay at home. I could not just lay in bed. And that's kind of like what my personality is. I cannot just stay still and stay alone. You know, that's kind of who I am. I like to be active. I think I get that from my dad. My dad's such a hard worker, and he instilled that in such a young age. And I just think that's just kind of why I am the way I am. But I will say this though, like I've been enjoying this whole YouTube experience. You know, I want people to take away from this vlog is a little bit of who I am, what I'm about. You know, my whole intent for this channel is to give you great content, show you the diversity of body art, body paint, and just more, make it more about body positivity. I feel like people misconstrue what body paint is. Like for me, this is not about sex. This is not about looks. It's about art. You know, it's hard to understand that if you're not in that world. And I can see how people have this idea of what body paint is because, you know, you hear about it, you see it on TV, but you don't really know what it is. And you know, in the past, I've had issues with girls dating me. You know, they're like, "Hey, I don't know, man. You deal with a lot of models," and I'm like, "You know what? How about you come to one of my events and just see what body painting is? Because you realize once you're there, it's not what you think it is." And that's been the case where they go and they're like, "Wow, this is cool. I didn't realize this is what you do. I had another idea." And I'm like, "What else do you think?" Kind of like when you saw on my Zoom with Haley, like we're talking about, like, yeah, we just create art, we do paint, and that's it. There's nothing else to it, you know. Like there's an objective to make art, to create art, to photograph it, and that's what I'm about, guys. You know, that's all I've been doing all my life. Anyone that knows me, like, yeah, Dro's been doing this ever since I known him. Things I like to do on the side. If I'm not creating art, I like to spend time with my dog. I have a dog named Zoe, and I'll show you a little bit of her. She's my little girl. I don't have kids, but she's definitely daddy's little girl, and she's a red Doberman. Love Dobermans. So all my Dobie fans out there, shout out to the Dobermans. I know, like, in order to make it in YouTube and to hit those levels, that it requires a lot of time and consistency. And that's the one thing I can tell you guys. If you're thinking about getting to YouTube, you better be you better understand what you're getting yourself into, because people think, oh wow, YouTube, fun, and it's like, yeah, but there's a lot that goes into it, you know, like especially in the body art channel. It's like I have to find a model, create the piece, shoot the piece, edit the piece, upload the piece. There's multiple steps, and I do it all. I do all of it, and it can be exhausting, guys. You know, like what you might enjoy for 5 minutes might have taken me a whole day to paint and then a whole day to edit, or 2 days. So it's a lot of work. You know, I always tell people, if you're gonna get into YouTube, just know that in the beginning, you're gonna be giving yourself a part-time job that doesn't pay. I think this is more about sharing my experiences and shining light on the world of body art and body paint, because I feel like a lot of people, why is there so much honking? I feel like a lot of people have this idea, and I would love to debunk these ideas and myths of what body paint is. You know, at the end of the day, guys, it's beautiful. The cool thing about body paint, and I think I have a picture of this. I realized this a couple years into body paint, that I was empowering women. Really, you empower women? How, Dro? Well, this is how. A lot of women, initially when they're getting painted, they're exposed and they're a little vulnerable, and next thing you know, like, you do this amazing, like, corset or lingerie, whatever the piece it is, and then it becomes like an optical illusion. Next thing you know, you see the changes in their posture and their demeanor, to where, like, kind of like this, or they're like, oh wow, like, yeah, I'm feeling it. And you know, I've had women tell me that they feel like superheroes sometimes, given on the piece that I do, and I enjoy that aspect, guys. I really do. One time, I was doing this event. It was like an adult convention called Exotica, and I had a booth with multiple body painters, and there's a couple that was looking at me, and I could tell, like, they're very intrigued. And I was like, hey, would you like to be a painter? I said, well, my wife would, but she doesn't think she's the type that get painted. And when I looked at his wife, I was like, wait, well, why? And she was, she was a bigger lady, and I pulled her I was like, man, let me paint you, because this is called body paint, not skinny paint. Or another one, big boob paint. People think that to be a body painter that you need big boobs. No, if anything, I like to paint women that are smaller. I feel like I can do more creative stuff, but people have these misconceptions. Body paint, body art, you have to have an amazing body, you have to be fit, you have to be a model. None of that's true, guys. All you have to do is just be there and want to be part of an art piece. I've noticed throughout the years, I've empowered a lot of women doing this, and that's one of the biggest satisfactions I get. You know, it's not even about the money, it's not even about like showing people how good I am. It's about making people good about themselves, because we can all use that right now. You know, times are hard. We're in a pandemic. It may not seem like it, but we are. You know, it's one of those things that you kind of have to look for something to give you positivity, a little light in your day. You know, I live a very different lifestyle. A lot of people feel uncomfortable knowing what I do for a living, but it's like, guys, that's just one aspect of my life. I do so many things. As you see in this video, I'll insert a couple of clips as far as what my day looks like. I'm not just painting women. I'm in the OR shooting. I'm in scrubs. I'm in my paint clothes. I'm in my good clothes. I'm making deals. I'm getting ready for an exhibition, and these are just many things that I'm interested in. You know, I like art. I wasn't good at a lot of things growing up. I was good at sports, but that wasn't my passion. And I like art because I feel like that's the one world I can truly control, and I think we can all relate to that feeling. Things I would like to do in the future. I would like to reintroduce my podcast. I used to have a podcast. I know you heard it on the Zoom. It didn't work out. I was on SoundCloud. Then from when it didn't work out, I segued into YouTube and kind of put that in the back burner. But first thing first is I want to get this channel situated. I want to get my other channel situated, and then at some point introduce it. But I will be doing more talk-based episodes. I'll be interviewing more of the models that y'all seen, and y'all can, recommend who y'all want to see, and I can easily make a Zoom call if they're not in the area, or I can have them come through. But there's many layers to me. I have a lot going on, and You know, my channel, yeah, it's fun. I can see how from the outside they can be like, man, this guy has a cool life, but it's a lifestyle. You know, one thing I learned growing up, I heard this expression that I was really drawn to. It's called life by design, and I basically designed my life in such a way to where I do what I want, not because I'm selfish, but because it makes me happy. And at the end of the day, we're all trying to be happy, right? And that's all we're trying to do. Cool thing about being an artist is like you kind of like anytime I make a painting or a mural, it's like it's a part of my legacy, and I hope that my body art will be as well. And I think that's why I'm drawn to YouTube, because in a sense that after all this hard work, I will have these videos to always remember, and every video has different memories and different scenarios, and that's one thing I like about body paint is that you have a story for every piece you've done. Like, oh yeah, this girl turns out she's not only a model, but she's also an amazing singer and a painter. And that's the cool thing about body painting, because I do meet a lot of people where I don't know them, but as I'm getting to know them through the body paint, I realize that they are, as on top of being beautiful, they're talented and unique, and they have so much to offer. And that's just another wonderful thing I enjoy about body art, is that I like to get to know people and their stories. And you know, we all have a story. So like, what's yours?
Is it